Okay. This is where I make sure the stream is working. Hello? Can you hear me out there in the universe? Hello to my people. Give me a minute and I should be able to hook up the Instagram. There's a fun lag between going live and then being able to hit the button to go live there. So this is the fun part where I chitter chatter. And it's very exciting today because I've actually got like a back room to this software, a green room, as you want to call it, a stage. And there's not just one, but two people in the back room because I got so much like love and support from the internet, the ether, the peoples of you. So now I have to click this and go to the PPP page. And now I can go live with Instagram. And we're getting it. We need some more people. Yes. This is the time where my boss is bossing me around backstage. Excuse me, whose stream are we on? So welcome. If you don't know whose stream you're on and you're new here, or you just kind of just showed up here because the algorithm said so, because I'm trying to figure that out. Welcome to whatever this has become. It's a show that, because I had opinions. Hi, I'm Tori with opinions. And then maybe sometimes a lot of them, specifically questions about how people were doing business compared to liquids and then moving into condoms. Hi, see? Oh, and Loretta's here. Oh my goodness. Hi guys. Chris, they're here. Calm down. See, he's bossing me around in the backstage. Can you believe this? He has to hear the rant first. I got to make him listen to why we have a show here. So as I was kind of rambling about the business and different viewpoints I was starting to see and switching, products in my career, then I started talking to the ether, the internet, right? And then amazing things happen. Like people start talking back. Oh my God, the Dennis Paradise is here. This is so exciting. The man, the myth, the legend behind even the name Paradise. And oh, Adriana, their place is Paradise Flats, Paradise for Adults. Is that not more of a perfect partner? So thank you for talking back, internet, and continuing, and now we're here. So if you're new or just jumping in, or you're just kind of like, wow, why do I listen to this girl today? Because we're going from lube girl to your condom charmer, as you know it, in condom distribution, to now being a major part of launching a tech-driven pleasure line under this Paradise See, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. This Paradise Pleasure Pro.
Oh no, Tori froze. So I'm hopping on while we hopefully get her back. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Nathan with Eldorado, and I'm just kind of helping out in the background. And as Tori is still frozen, maybe we should bring Chris on so that we can get this going. Chris, what do you think? Should we add you to the stage?
How you doing, Nathan?
I'm good. So welcome to Tuesdays with Tori without Tori, because the internet in North Carolina is about like other things in North Carolina.
I swear she said all the snow melted, but who knows?
Yeah. So Chris, we're doing an Ask Me Anything, which is a new thing for Tori to do on this show. And I'm excited for it because this is pretty neat to get to have you on here and have this happening. So let's go. Let's start with you telling us a little bit about Illumination for those people who might not know.
Well, I'll give a little background before that on Paradise and how I came into this business. There's a gentleman in my neighborhood who would always walk his dog, and I'd known him for well over a decade before we ever started talking business, but we talk golf quite often, and he knows us quite a bit. And he would walk his dog around, and I never knew what he did. And it was odd that his dog's name was Rubbers, but it was it was an enlightening moment during COVID that he kind of approached me and heard that I had just gotten out of a business that I sold, and was asking me some business questions and things that kind of led me to believe maybe he's looking to possibly sell a business. And that was Dennis Paradise. So I got a chance to, say, hey, Dennis, love to know more about what you do. And he said, well, come on over to the office and I'll share it with you. And that was my eye-opening experience to how I got into this industry from 20 plus years in consumer electronic tech and landing in sexual health and wellness with condoms with Paradise Marketing. Paradise is, what Dennis has created with this business of 4 decades and plus of a stable business that has been servicing this industry for that long is incredible. And I'm happy to pick up the torch and carry it on. Illumination was just something that just kind of grabbed me out of a trade show this last year when I was there. And it was an experience where I had walked the floor of Altitude and something was just missing, and it just caught my eye, and it was like, this product doesn't exist. And I went back to my room and I scoured the internet and I found some abomination of products on Alibaba where they like glued a dildo to a flashlight, and it was just awful. And I was like, this is something that absolutely was a turning point in the video game industry, with RGB lighting being put into devices like controllers is where it started, and then it migrated into the keyboard, the mice, then every component of a PC. So that's the life that I lived for 20 years, watching how RGB LED lighting has started from its infancy, coming from a controller to expanding to what it is today. Not only in video gaming, but how we're seeing it affect our lives, from the light bulbs we put in our outdoor lighting, our home, ambient lighting in our cars today. I mean, it's incredible. And the idea that you could personalize and make a toy any color you want was the premise of the idea. Like, hey, why should a color be a factor of choosing a device? We went a step further as we were developing it and really kind of figuring out this whole thing we call body illumination. And that was just an eye-opening experience that we're opening up to this industry that I don't think has ever been experienced the way that we're bringing it to market. This whole idea of lighting the body and how partners could find new ways to play.
Awesome. Now, Chris, I'm curious. You said that you went on Alibaba and there was things like a dildo strapped to a flashlight. Tell me more. How bad was it?
It was literally, it looked like a flashlight with a dildo glued on top of it. It was that bad. And, not that there wasn't LED in adult toys. Like, you see a lot of the butt plugs that have a jewel that will have an LED, but nothing that was like drenching the product in LED. And, it's a technological feat to kind of like create, because you got a motor in there that's creating vibration, because we weren't just trying to create an aesthetically cool piece. We wanted to create a product that had a benchmark of, whatever the best vibe was for the category that we're in, whether it be a bullet or a wand or the plug or the rabbit. We want to make sure we were performing as good as the best that we thought were in those categories. So it was far more than just LED. There's memory on it. There's we can over the air update our product. It's that advanced. Full app control, and we did it in lightning speed, right? I mean, we brought this product to market, I want to say within 7 months, and on top of that, submitted patents in 12 different countries, and we got more patents that we're filing for our next round of new products to come. So we're excited.
Yeah. So everybody who's watching, please put your questions in here. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of me asking Chris questions that have been just eating me up inside. And I'm not sure anybody really wants that, but we'll see. So Chris, I had the opportunity to meet with Jerry, who's your manufacturing partner. I'm not really sure the true relationship there, but Jerry is God, just an amazing guy and so smart. Tell me a little bit about how you connected with Jerry and how that came to be.
Yeah, so I went back into the industry that I had known and manufactured, designed, and engineered products for. And so my background in video gaming was gaming audio. So, we created products like this, really cool gaming. We actually did a collab with Snoop Dogg. And I went back to that manufacturer that I last worked with, that I worked with in the video game space, and approached them as my first opportunity to do this tech product in the adult space. So I was a little nervous when I did my presentation to the company and their VP of sales. Her name is Connie, and it was eye-opening because I don't think she knew what I was going to actually present. I think she thought I was going to present another gaming headset that I had done for the last 20 years. And when I kind of pulled this out of the hat, it was like, whoa. So it was definitely a shock. So it took me about 30 days to build the deck, and really kind of, it was not the prettiest deck because I was really kind of rushing it because I wanted to get it to them as quickly as I could. But I ended up presenting to them in the end of April, and she tells the story that she couldn't build up the nerve to talk to the CEO about it for another 30 days. So she was like, kind of like buying time. She didn't really know how to present this. And the short answer is when she did the presentation, his response was almost within seconds of her completing the presentation of we're doing this. So that's how it started. It's a manufacturing partner that I've got great relationships with. They're a very high-tech manufacturer that produces and manufactures very high-tech products in the video game space and the IP camera space and a handful of other areas. But they're a very tech-savvy Taiwanese company. And I think it was around 2017, 2018, they started investing in building a massive manufacturing facility in Vietnam. So one of the attractions was why I reached out to them was with everything that was going on and the turmoil and now the tariffs was, hey, I can manufacture out of Vietnam. And they were one of the very first to cut a deal with this administration for I think it's a 20% tariff that was significantly lower than China. So that's how that came about. And then they assigned to me Jerry. And Jerry is by far the best project manager I've ever worked with at a company. They are fully vested in supporting me. And he, it's very hard to get a project manager overseas that can think along with you. And he does. He gets everything that I say. And as we're, designing and going over features and things of that nature, he gets it. So yeah, it was awesome that you got to meet him. He was able to share some time with us at our two trade shows, XBiz and also at AVN. And we hope that he'll be joining us in Altitude as well.
Yeah, I got to say, I've worked with a lot of manufacturers in a lot of different industries, and Jerry is quite possibly one of the smartest people I've ever met. Just watching him look at something, not even take it apart, but figure out immediately how it works was fascinating. Like, that guy's something else. Let's talk about those trade shows. How was the reaction at XBiz when you guys showed this off?
Wow, that was quite an experience. We had planned it very much behind closed doors. We didn't want this getting out to anybody. We approached a small group select, including your company, Eldorado, to be an exclusive launch partner with us on the front side. And we wanted to do that so that we could control content and also control pricing and a number of other factors of the marketing of it and everything else. We wanted to make sure we're getting the best opportunity to present this. And I think we did a great job. I think the feedback from XBiz from the launch was overwhelmingly positive. I mean, we didn't hear, I mean, like it's something that's revolutionizing, it's new, and it's not too far out of scope, right? So when you talk about like back when I would try to create the very best gaming headset, it was very hard because this just looks like a really cool headset, but it has, these digital dials and buttons and integrated microphones and then boom microphone, and it has two radios in it. And to explain that to a 15-year-old or even a 20-year-old, it's a lot of information, and the techies get it, but to get that wide market, it's a little bit harder. Where when we created the bullet, it's not too far out of scope that everybody knows what it is. It's a bullet, except for it does something so different than any other bullet on the market. And that's such an easy sell and an upsell position for us. And it was really like coming to that factor of like, hey, listen, we wanted to make sure we had not only the best launch, but also these top categories. And I think everybody was blown away. You were there, you weren't there, but the party that was there was just absolutely phenomenal. I think that we lit the room, and I think people got the message really quick. We're doing something really clever, really unique. And I think that when you touch it and feel it, people are like, it's quality. It's a great product, and the vibe is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
All the products.
That is definitely something that everybody sees the lights and just gets blown away by it. But you guys did not skimp on the motors for these. Like what inspired you to go all the way and put that tungsten motor in?
Taken apart product. I mean, it was, the biggest problem with, just taking the bullet vibrator. You can go on Amazon and buy a bullet vibrator for like $7 or $8 delivered to you. Some of them, and I think it's even a rechargeable battery. I mean, it's literally a throwaway product design. I mean, it's very like cheap product, right? I mean, and as we were going up the scale and tearing apart products and really kind of diving into what makes one better than another, we settled in on a lot of the vibrators on those first few settings that you have. And I don't care if it's a wand or a bullet, that they're not very stimulating on that very first, second, or third setting. It's just not a stimulation that I think is worthy of what you're buying. Whereas you get into the higher cost products and brands, and I'm not going to go into any other brands or mention, but they did something different. They had this rumble effect, and they had this like little bup feeling, and it was really cool. And that was like awesome, because at that lower RPM of that motor, you did get stimulation that was worthy. And that's what we tried to model after. Like, hey, we want to make sure that on these low settings that people will, can find stimulation in that, and not just be a useless setting on a toy, right? So that led us to building, using a quality motor. So what ends up happening is on the flywheel, they put a chunk of metal, and tungsten is very heavy. And as you put that on that flywheel, it creates that counterbalance that gives you that thumping, that pop feeling with the motor. And that's how we came to that conclusion. So a lot of the tungsten metal itself, and a lot of times, and including all of ours, costs more than the motor itself.
Awesome. Yeah, that I just got to say that tungsten motor. We heard a lot of feedback at AVN from people who really liked it. It was really cool to get to be there when the very first one of these sold. That was definitely not an experience I think I'll ever forget, especially when we had people come back the next day and buy more. And that's something that I think the retailers are going to see, that people will pick up that bullet and they're going to be back for the plug and the wand and the rabbit. And I can't imagine that they're going to turn down anything that you create in this line. And we have Tori back, so now we can quit listening to me, and we'll let it be Tori and you for a bit now.
Oh goodness, I thought you were doing great. Thank you so much for stepping in for me, Nathan, because apparently I'm plugged into the Ethernet, and apparently my computer wanted to crash. for no reason, and we're back now. So I guess I won't say for no reason because that'll piss off the internet. But we're here. What did I miss, Nathan? Did you guys get a chance to talk about the Show Me Your Lits?
No, we haven't talked about Show Me Your Lits yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we must speak about Show Me Your Lits. And my dogs are gonna freak out.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
sorry. I have the graphic queued up to show everybody, but it's just been one of those days. Well, while I have you here, Nathan and Chris, do you wanna tell me a little bit about what Show Me Your Lits is all about? Because right, it's going from now until what, March 20th?
Yeah, till altitude. Chris had this brilliant idea to get us in the store with all of you who have it, to get to see what your displays are, see how people are interacting with the toys. And so we're doing a little contest. Post your Illumination displays in your stores, tag Paradise Pleasure Products, tag Eldorado, tag Tori, tag me, and we'll look at all of these displays, and we'll share your displays on our pages. And basically starting this Friday, we're going to look at everything, and we're going to give, well, and by we, I mean Chris is going to give away $100 Starbucks gift card to a retailer so that they can, all go get a little lit with some caffeine.
Right, you guys are already merchandising, so just snap a picture and we get to thank you. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that sounds fun. And then have coffee. It was a long time ago, but I used to manage different retail floors. And I know as a store manager, a lot of that extra stuff that, it counts for, like the coffee maker in the back room, the refrigerators, or the pretty bulletin boards that people do. I know all that stuff comes typically out of the store manager's own pocket, right? So it plays to my retail manager strings, or just, sales floor people, where it's like, wow, extra things to make things go by on a Friday, right? I always need a little something to look forward to, right? Chris calls it a carrot. We need to look forward to the carrot. What is it going to be?
Well, we've seen some really good ones already. I mean, there's that, I think the store that, if I'm not mistaken, is outside of, it's in Washington. But I think they actually showed the product in water, and it was an awesome display. I mean,
oh yes, that would also be Paradise is on here. I at least saw Loretta here. That's their store.
That's
Loretta and Adriana are on.
Yeah,
so they're already entered.
Done. You guys are entered. You heard it here first, right? You can send in your displays and other fun things again if you want. We'll just repost them and say thank you. But just wanted to make sure we had a chance to talk about that. Oh, goodbye, Nathan. That rocks that he was here when my computer decided to just, go take a nap. It's because I'm working too hard, Chris. My computer can't even catch up. I can't even catch up. Okay.
You're drinking wine right now. I'm in
Yes,
my
I am right now. It's 5:23, and all of that happened. The wine came out. Although it's not really wine, like cheap champagne. Okay. So we talked about Show Me Your Lits. Did we get to go through any of these comments or not yet?
No comments yet.
Okay. I'm just going through them. Erica, you're great. She says she saw the feature on Store Erotica. And we have Cherie here. Yay. And thank you again to Nathan for figuring all that out for me. I know if you guys haven't had a chance to look in your Store Erotica, because I didn't even get my physical magazine yet, but I'm actually really, really proud. Not that he needs my opinion or validation, but Chris K has been somebody I've been, working with it behind the scenes for quite some time, and being able to give him, my boss and the beautiful article that he wrote. I thought it was like really, really good. There's not a lot of people that can still keep the conversation, but also still have humor and education to it. So shout out to Chris K at Store Erotica. Read the article, or I'm going to read it aloud to you on one of these real segments. That will be fun. And yeah, right. So Loretta here at Paradise, she says she loves telling people that they can drown their toy and not worry about it, not worry about murdering it. And thank you so much, Erica, for the
and it just opens so much playtime and different ideas. I mean, think of bathtub, bubble bath, right? And you got your toy glowing in your bathtub. I mean, it's a whole new experience. I mean, it's awesome. It really is.
Oh my goodness. Well, and then we get more praise, right? Everything about this toy line is extremely high quality and so much fun. Who doesn't love a beautiful, fun, and good quality all in one? It's a rave for your pleasure. I do have to tell you, anybody who's kind of been like giving me a minute, right? Like, oh, well, we'll see. You know, let me check out the products in real life, and they're blown away. Like, I really think a lot of people are expecting a different quality because of what we're traditionally used to seeing around in the space. And I think as soon as they see it, it's just been mind blowing. But correct me if I'm wrong, audience. So sorry for the delay. That was a little bit of a fun. This is live TV, folks. This is what we have to deal with.
Look at you. I was sitting there going like, I think this is over.
No, I'm so glad because then I didn't have to go back and make a whole new stream and everything. So thank goodness you guys stayed on for that. It's live TV, so fun. Chris, now we know a little bit about like who you are in comparison to like what you do in my life. Who are you? You're a big major chess player here. But let's maybe go back a minute, right? And you know, who is Chris? If someone only knew you as the guy behind Paradise, right? That's not Dennis. What are they missing? Can you fill in the blanks for everybody?
Wow. There's a lot. That's a loaded question, but
conversational question.
Personal life, work life. I mean, love baseball family. I still play today. That's a fun little fact. You actually got to see me when
I did.
You moved from Arizona. So,
oh my goodness, look at this. This is my mom, Chris. She's on right now. She says, now I get to see a face to the name. That's kind of fun. I should have told my whole family to watch. I'm always like, my boss, Chris, my God, Chris. Oh, there he is. He's alive. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So the baseball has just been ingrained in me and I love playing. It's just, I'm happy my boys play. My oldest son, I got 2 boys, 18 and soon to be 16 next week. So I'm right in the thick of that and got an amazing wife that is way smarter than me. Like,
oh my God, she's one of the smartest people in the room wherever you go, but she's also so awesome. I'm gonna drag her on next.
She's absolutely amazing. And, you know, I've been a California boy, born and raised here. And, you know, it's hard not to love. I mean, I've been along the coast most of my life and just early, you know, worked a few jobs very, very early in my career and started a business with a very good friend of mine. And we kind of tore it up from there and never looked back. We've just been an entrepreneur and have been involved in a handful of different businesses, mostly in the tech space. But fun little fact that I was actually part of a company called Sunset West and we did outdoor furniture, you know, and so high-end outdoor furniture. So, I mean, like I've done everything that I could possibly think of between high-end outdoor furniture, outdoor, well, forget lighting, but you know, all the gaming.
And it all ended up coming to lighting.
Condoms. So it's been a run. 2 dogs. We're a boxer family. Not sure. I mean, I see your little dogs running around, but you've also had the pleasure of sitting for both my dogs, and they're absolutely nuts.
Oh, they're crazy. They're crazy, but I love them. I wanted to name the Illumination line just Luna, and I was like, we could do this whole like story page of like Luna, but like also Luna the boxer.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't really tell people what the product does.
Yeah. So that's you know, I mean, as far as me goes, I mean, I love coming up. I love coming up with product ideas. You know, that's you know this has been very fun, like inspiring to, you know, it was one thing to be, you know, the new shiny, be a part of a condom company, but actually to bring our own product to market. That's everything. That to me is the best feeling in the world.
You did have a question from the audience that I know producer Nathan, as I'm calling him now, is answering in the background, but I just wanted to make sure you had a chance to see it. Joe was wondering how long do the Illumination items last in the water? And I know we at least had them going for at least 8 hours, maybe 10.
Well, it depends on the question. So how, you know, they'll last as long as the battery will, but I think the question is how far can you go or how deep you can go? It's IPX7. So IPX7 by definition is 3 feet, 30 minutes. We ran these in my pool for the entire life of the battery in about 4 to 5 feet. I think my deep end, maybe even 6. I don't think it's 6, but 5.5 feet, sank them to the bottom with no problems. But for jacuzzi play and bath play, perfect. Shower play, unbelievable, right? So any of those, they're going to do fine. And we set a benchmark of the battery life to be on all the products at 50% motor power and 50% LED intensity of 120 minutes. From there, it could vary longer or shorter based on if you're going up higher in intensity to lower, that they'll last longer. But you could expect a solid hour out of all of our products.
Joe, I hope if you're still out there, that helped answer. That was a lot of information for me, so I like it. Sweet. So you spent 25 years in consumer electronics, right? And maybe gaming. Were you ever thinking that what you were building back then was going to shape what you do and how you think now?
Not at all. No,
Yeah.
not for 1 second. I mean, the video game space is it's a rat race, right? I mean, as soon as you're launching a product, you're reinventing yourself instantly. You have to, because it's changing so quick. You gotta, come up with the next latest and greatest, right away. The product life cycles are fairly quick. There's one product that I admire so well in that video game space, and if any video gamers are out there, and that's the Astro A40 gaming headset, because it has an ID that has survived for well over a decade, and that's something unheard of. It's similar to the Magic Wand, something that has a product life cycle that is become so iconic and successful that it could just keep just minor tweaks. It's the stuff that you don't see. It's the same ID though, right? And kind of that was really inspiring. So being in where I was, we're inventing ourselves every 6 to 12 months. So I mean, it's a grind. It really is.
I just watched the what was it, the Tyra Banks behind the America's Next Top Model documentary on Netflix recently. Right, and it was that they were talking about the same concept. It's just interesting how it affects different industries, but everybody is affected by, you need to stay relevant, right? Or you need to have something new, you need to change. But let's not do it to the point that right, Tyra Banks was setting up like murder shots and stuff for the models at some point, because then they were trying to one up themselves all the time. It's a thing. You got to live it, but like, where's the linchpin between like, I've done too much and now I've lost my brand, but also like you can always find interesting stories in that. Okay, so I don't know. I think I might know, and I might have been there for some of it, but this is gonna be validation. Can you share what your first like, oh wow, this industry's a little different kind of moment, or shocking, or I never thought of anything that way sort of moment?
Well, that would be my first trade show I attended with Dennis that he invited me to kind of be a fly on the wall. And that was, I believe, Altitude. It was the first show back after COVID. So that
22? No, that would have been 21?
2022 March.
Okay.
At MGM.
And then you bought the company in September of 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that was my first show, like, hey, come check it out, see what it's about. And it was an eye opener, because it was just an eye opener. I couldn't imagine where half the things went. I'm like, where does that go? How does that work? Like, it's kind of crazy. And since then I've been, pretty much handcuffed and blindfolded and gagged over at Sport Sheets that's always next to us at AMI. Love
They're so fun.
So now it's worn off. It's like shock effect, right? But a lot of the people in my friend group or in the video game space that I talk to, we used to do CES that used to overlap AVN all the time back in I'd say pre 2010, 11, the shows would overlap and we'd be at the Sands convention with AVN. And, you know, we knew, and I was there to work. So we knew that a lot of our buyers were going to AVN and partying and going to try to get into the show.
Do you know what's crazy is my dad, it's been longer than even what you were talking about. My dad used to tell me the stories, you know, when I ended up attending AVNs and things like that. It was like, oh yeah, they did some sort of, everybody always went to CES, but they were trading badges, you know, right, so that they could go walk into AVN, and he'd be going for like law firm stuff. So it was out there. It was not a rumor I participated in. It was one that I just became part of.
Oh, it's crazy to think all these buyers from these big corporations.
They want to get into the AVN.
They absolutely got in. And back then it was the wild, wild west. I mean, like, you know, you had some kind of shady companies and stuff that, you know, were whatever. The buyers were definitely going over there and using CES as a reason for going to Vegas when they had other motives.
When everybody had a marketing budget. Discretionary income. Remember before 2020? Okay, what? I digress. Let's not stay in that void too long. Okay. So in this world obsessed with innovation and flashy tech, why do you think condoms are still one of the smartest category that a retailer can focus on?
Say that slower.
Why should stores, even though we're out here pushing like, woo, shiny, flashy new tech and Illumination, why are your consumables and like your condoms still an important part of your overall business portfolio?
Yeah. Well, they're a staple to, you know, I mean, they have to. And this is one of the things that when I got into this industry that you and I focused heavily on. And that was really, you know, trying to get stores to re-merchandise and rethink condoms and that they don't need to be buried in the back of the store, that they need to be migrated and brought up by the counter and put front and center.
Right. Use them for those quick turns.
Yeah, because they are like it's not a high margin product, but they are a product. It's a necessity. You have to have it. And because you have to have it, and I learned a lot of this stuff from Dennis, you know, and you as well. But like a lot of these stores have to have, you know, a certain percentage of their stores that carry non-adult content, and lube and condoms are class 2 medical devices. So why not over-index on them and really try to push them? And there's there's the alternative use for condoms as well that we're learning to even put on toys to keep them clean, right? For playtime, that, you know, if you're not one that washes your toys all the time, put a condom on it.
Right. Okay. Retail tip, star right there. If or I'll bring this into the Illumination line too, right? It doesn't just have to be about, I don't want to get pregnant, and then the STIs I don't believe in, or maybe do believe in, whatever. And then white silicone. Are we worried about the things? What's happening? Okay, sell your toy cleaner, because you should always be selling that anyways, right? But 100% use your condoms on your toys then. I've come to learn, like as you too, right? It wasn't something that I initially thought would be a sales tip, but a lot of customers do, you know, maybe they only have a certain amount of condoms, say, on their website that they buy from us, but they do it in support of like high-end toys. Like, okay, hey, if you want something more textured, you want to keep it more supported, or you've got extra nooks and cranny because this is a custom-made fantasy item, put a condom on it.
Listen, and we started seeing very quickly, you know, these outbreaks of, you know, the one that was in Houston. I forgot what it was. Was it?
Oh, syphilis.
Syphilis,
just that little old syphilis with the congenital syphilis in like the over 100%, which means baby syphilis. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So why not? Like we should be pressing it harder, and it's kind of sad, even being in California and our school system that my boys go to. I think that they didn't have more than an hour or two, maybe even less, of sex ed. I mean, it's awful. I mean, and I grew up during the AIDS epidemic, and it was like every year it was mandatory. I mean, we were in the auditorium from, you know, 7th grade to my senior year, and even into, you know, my freshman and sophomore year in college, that, you know, it was so prevalent, and education was so important back then. And we've kind of lost our way when, you know, I think that they started solving, that you could stun HIV, right? Or
Oh yeah, I love that.
all
Things
this other
like
stuff. So
exist
now
or anything like
it's
that.
changed people's mentality that I don't need, there's a pill for that. And the problem is with this medication that everybody's taking is that you got to realize that if you do get that, you're going to be on those pills for the rest of your life. And what other effects do those medications have on your body? I mean,
Well, and some of these are becoming drug resistant. So there's that part too. It's like, it's kind of like, what did I tell one customer one time? It's kind of like, cool. I'm not so worried about getting tetanus or like getting an infection, but that doesn't mean that I'm taking antibiotics the entire time to prevent an infection. That makes sense, right? So you're like, kind of just like, you don't want to be on the antibiotic drip for the rest of your life. That's not going to be good either.
Yeah. I mean, the attraction for me looking at like when Dennis showed me the business was, he was like, condoms are like this. And when the economy is good, they're here. And when the economy is bad, they're here. And I'm like, I like that a little bit, because, it has very, very, doesn't have the cycles and the ups and downs that you would normally have in different areas. And in some cases you can claim that if the economy or industry or if the economy is down and everything else, that people are more apt to probably use a condom because they might not be ready to afford having a kid. So
I would agree with you if we look at our numbers, but we take out things like government contracts. I know my mom even sent me the thing. Everybody sent me the thing recently where it was like, the Olympics ran out of condoms, right? We get this every 2 years. The Olympics ran out of condoms again.
People send me text messages.
Right. And I'm like, great, we tried to bid. There's no, like, it's like, go bid for California. There's no budget. It's not even an open, right? It's just not in the budget right now, which
and even though
doesn't help the narrative.
My biggest thing, and Dennis could,
I know, Dennis, are you still here? Teach us more.
The funny part is that they brought 10,000 condoms. I'm like, that's 10 boxes. Like, that's nothing for me.
No, that's really not anything, guys.
I mean, like, order 10,000 boxes, we could talk, but 10 boxes, it's not,
Well, and you do the math, right? It's there's 2,800 athletes alone, not to mention their posses and other things. That's still only allocating like 2 condoms per person. That's not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought that was funny. We did get, I got pinged quite a few times on that one.
Oh, I'm glad we get the same things from our friends in other spaces, or at least my family. Okay. So thanks for getting condoms some spotlight. Subject change. Excuse me. That was adorable. I do want to give a shout out to Joe here, our friend. The first product I show of my home party show is the condoms, because I've been able to do demos on the toys with them for years.
Love it.
I do love it. That's fantastic. Okay. So we have this, I say we in the we of the pod class, right? We've got a stable distribution business, right? It's pretty predictable for the most part. We're making some money and it's mature, right? We're on the coattails of 40 years of business that senior Mr. Dennis Paradise, right, has set up for us. So why risk launching Illumination, right? When did this go from like a cool idea to like, holy crap, we're building it. It's here. It's right there. You can buy it right now.
We talked a little bit about that while you were gone, but it really was just a moment. And I've talked about it many times. It was literally like a piano falling out of the sky and hit me on the head. It was altitude last year, walking that floor, and like, it just hit me. Where is this product that doesn't exist? And I walked it. But really, the idea of the exciting part for me was that we are a distributor of condoms and some big brands. I mean, like, multi-billion-dollar companies, Church & Dwight, Reckitt Benckiser, Carax owns Global Protection, but we don't, we do have our own condom, but this was something that I never, ever thought of doing. I mean, like, Tori, you've been with me since I've owned this business. We've never talked about doing a toy line.
And not that you asked, but to let the audience know.
I always wanted to know and learn more about it because it's our industry.
I thought he was bullshitting me. We were like JKing about it, and I'm just used to a different cadence when it comes to new projects and approval of said new projects. And
if I would have come up with this idea, not have been in this industry, but just a toy user and was like, hey, where's this toy? I would have still done this project, even if I wasn't. It was my passion to do it was this needs to happen. Like it needs to happen, and I want to do it.
oh my
That's
God. Can you guys imagine him doing that without me? I'm just gonna toot my own phone for a second. Because I know we've seen people that come from outside and be like, woo, I got a great toy. I helped with some things is all I'm gonna say. But I'm telling you, it's been incredible. I gave you a laundry list of things and you made them happen. And I'm used to hearing like, no, that's not doable. The capabilities here, people, audience, my people of the ether, the capabilities, like we're just getting started. I guess I took that thunder from you accidentally, but it's my show. Like before we even forget, like we're just getting started with some of this stuff. So please keep talking to us. A lot of this is built on not just there was a hole in the market, right? But Chris wants to be available. Like we're here. We want to support retail. We want to know what's working. We want to know what's not working.
Yeah, and especially with the market that I've been a part of, and listen, we sell a lot of accounts in this industry, and I try to, I hit you up all the time, every week. What's the word on the street? What's happening? How's sell through? How's
Well, I am XBiz is the 2026 Pulse of the People, which I'll get my award someday back. But there you go.
In any chance I could talk to one of our customers, I'm asking them how's business and how's walk-through traffic, what's working for you, what's not. And I'll tell you what, like the biggest letdown has been and is that within 6 months of acquiring Paradise, that the market took a turn, down, and it's been kind of staggering and are we at bottom or not at bottom? And I'm talking to distributors, where are we? Where do we think we are? And, at first it was like, we've been through this before, we're good with it. And then it kind of got long, right? We went through 23 and we're ending 24 and people are like, holy shit, like what's going on here?
Like
The market's not turning, and
yeah.
And so, to come up with an idea and a product and launch in 2026, it's like, okay, have we reached bottom, or the other aspects are turning in my head like, well, hey, this industry kind of needs a catalyst anyways to help drive, and who knows, maybe we can just be a small part of that catalyst that helps drive that, right? I mean, I've heard of the 50 Shades of Gray effect on this industry that people talked about. We're not going to be that, but I think that we can be something pretty special that I
something
think
new to talk about anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm always, again, my salesperson brain, I'm always like, give me a talking point. Because you can't just keep, hey, how are the folks? How are the kids? And then go into your sales spiel. It's not authentic and it doesn't get anybody anywhere with their energy. So like having like hey, how's it going? Also, this update on these things and this timeline on that and checking in on that is just so much more of a productive conversation.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, I think that we provide something that's eye-catching and something that, again, you could probably say the majority of your people walking through the doors at retail probably already own a bullet vibrator and a wand, possibly, right? As a beginner, toy. But we give that customer that's walking through that door a new reason to buy another wand or another bullet, not because it broke, but because we're so polarizing and so different.
Oh, because this one lights up. It's any color you want, and it's app controlled, and it does all the vibrations and customizing settings, and it's just super fun to stare at all day.
Well, and then the whole aspect of the whole body illumination perspective being a whole new visual enlightenment to foreplay, sex play. I mean, it's just it's an incredible product.
Oh, we're having fun, and again, just the beginning. Okay, I got to start doing the wrap up because I know I missed some time here. So I'm going to torture you with my rapid fire questions, and then I'll let you close up. It's going to be fun. Oh, hold up. This is a great question. When are we going to have a POP tester display available? Will you be designing and will you be designing end caps with brand vinyl skins? What do you visualize? What's the vision, Chris, for helping stores out with merchandising and POP displays?
Well, two things. One is I think that we initially had tried to launch a display unit at launch, and it was just too much. We needed to get the product to market, and we had a window of opportunity to do it in January. So that pushed out our display. We are working on a display that'll be counter display slash it'll hang on a peg wall or a slat wall, and that's in the works right now. So we hope to have that and be able to show that at altitude. But it is being worked on right now. I think that the end caps and things of that, we're just getting our feet wet. Our main aspect of like, hey, get product to market. We're now able to like have like a breather for like another week before we're in altitude mode. So that already started.
Yeah, like what are you talking about?
Yeah, but absolutely, we have all the creative assets to help people create that. Our goal with our launch platform that we went with Eldorado and some of the others was to utilize their marketing and help, because they're really good at it, to help us create a lot of that content and a lot of that marketing aspects to do that. But I do want to mention this before you go to the rapid fire. I mean, one of the things that when you asked about who am I and what am I, I'll say this: in my entire career in consumer electronics, I've always been a retail guy, and I support retail. And I saw the convergence going from online and how it killed a number of big, huge retail brands. And I'll be first to say I think that Amazon's the devil, and I think that we have come up with a strategy that is absolutely in support of the retailers. So we, in part of our pitch and commitment to the retailers that are carrying our product is that we will never undersell you on our website. We will actually sell higher than you. So we price optimize on our website. And then we also do that on Amazon. So we are controlling Amazon and the Amazon listings, and Amazon will be priced with us as well at that optimized price. Because if you are going to buy a product from Amazon and get it in 24 hours in discrete packaging, it shouldn't be at a discount. You should pay premium for that. And that's what we're doing. So our goal, first and foremost, to the stores that are carrying us and hearing this, is to support you 100%, because I believe in retail. I don't want to see retail go away. And Amazon, over the years, there was a tipping point where I hated them, I loved them, and now I hate them again. Is, they allow a lot of these foreign manufacturers to sell direct to our consumers, and they're selling nothing but garbage. They're selling crap product that, no one even verifies if the certifications that they have are real. So the quality of the product is junk. And I think that we want to elevate that. We want to elevate the experience, and we want to make sure we give power back to the retailers, give power back to the stores.
That's going to be a good clip for me later. That was a good one. Thank you. I meant to tee you up for it at some point, but we can do it just for the clip, right? I was going to say, and let's address the elephant in the room. Why maintain disciplined pricing online and on Amazon? Like, what's the point? You mentioned it. So yeah, good job. I did write it down somewhere. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Oh, I'm getting just like a awesome. Can't wait for everything. Too popular, sir. Too popular. Okay. We're gonna do my random rapid fires, and then we can close out, and then I can just have you on another show someday. That'll be fun.
Fire away.
What keeps you up at night right now?
My dogs.
This is a fabulous answer.
Yeah, it's a constant struggle of trying to find my space, and oh no, we lost. Oh, you froze there for a second.
Oh no, I was like, don't worry.
But you're back. No, yeah, my dogs are a big bed suck. They're all over, and they're not.
They're boxers. If anybody missed that, so they're not.
Well, they think they're lap dogs. They just think. I mean, like
they think they're McQueen right now, who's been in my life.
Jumped on Steph's head, and then just decided to sleep on my shoulder, and she's 60 pounds, right? So she's just like nestled in on my neck. I was like, oh gosh.
She's a cuddle bug, and then she'll roll over and be like, just love me some more. Well, she's so cute. You can't say no. First product that you ever sold. I don't know this. What was your first sales product gig?
So it was a company called Rain Guard, and I sold specialty coatings that were made to waterproof concrete block walls, and they were mainly, it was during the Walmart boom. So they had this contract, and they were coating all these Walmarts that were going up, and this is now 96.5, somewhere in there, 96.7. So I mean, Walmarts are popping up everywhere. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of a fun job on Balboa Island, and I got to work.
So the view was great.
There
Like, all right.
and it was fun, but it was a dead end job.
But it sounds like everybody's got a, well, you have teenagers. I have an almost like a teenager, right? The concept of like, sometimes you have to start somewhere. This is stupid. I don't like math. Why do I need to know history? Like, okay, well, a lot of this stuff is like the walking around knowledge you need for stepping stones for other stuff, but no kids want to hear that, right?
My boss, his name is Duncan. I wish I could figure out his last name. I'd reach out to him, but his neighbor was Gwyneth Paltrow. So they like grew up together.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was in back then, but he was a cool dude. I enjoyed working for him, but he kind of knew that I needed to move on too. Like, I just had bigger ambitions.
It's fair. Now you run this shit. Okay. What's your hardest business decision you ever made? You don't have to give me all the details, but like, I can pinpoint some, like, and my career has not been as vast, but I can pinpoint some, like, that was maybe shitty, or that really sucked.
Well, those are going for like hard, like negative decisions, because some hard.
They could be hard positive ones. Well, like it's hard to sit here and convince your boss to come on your little web stream.
So, like, from a positive side, one of the hardest decisions was, committing to selling a business. That was a turning point, but it was a hard decision. And then always letting go good people. Like, I've had to do that a couple of times, and it's heartbreaking. Like I've had to let go people. When I got acquired from Mad Cats, somehow I ended up being VP of sales, and I shouldn't have been. There was a woman Melissa Tomlinson, that left the company, and I had to fill the void, and she was amazing. And I was like, fuck. So I had to take that job, but I had to let some people go that I thought were just amazing people, and I felt bad. It's hard.
Yeah, like I've had friends tell me that, in different retail spaces that, like, hey, I was literally hired to close 100 stores. Like,
yeah,
that sometimes that's like a shitty, like that's my job, but I'm going to try to do it, and help everybody along the way. And that's a lot to chew.
It is.
What do you think people maybe misunderstand or don't get right about you as a CEO right off the bat?
I'm not a typical CEO. I'm a worker, not a delegator. I like to delegate where I have to, but I like to work alongside you, right? I mean, I work with you and you get it, right? I mean, I like to do condom pitches just as much as you do.
It makes it easier for me. Sometimes it's good. I don't know. Yeah, right. Like, sometimes you need to try on different, like, testimonies or stories, or like the way that you pitch it, or different energy vibes or like moods, right? And so sometimes it's nice to have a player in the corner that, like, oh, you tried that on. How did that work?
Very approachable, I'd say. Right? Yeah. CEOs are not. I'm very approachable.
I love that word. Did you ever imagine RGB lighting was going to become your new personality trait?
Never.
No.
No, I mean,
did I take this job thinking I'd be in sex tech? No.
I had it in my products, right? We did have some RGB, lighting in our products, some of them, but my last turn was trying to build more of this kind of like Beats aspect, wanted to create sex appeal for gaming audio, or like, this just doesn't look like a gaming headset. And that was my last turn before coming into this industry, where a lot of the headsets in that era were going like super corny, like RGB LED lighting, you know, and I was like, that's bizarre. Why would anybody want to do that? You know, but the keyboards and mice and all that stuff was like, it's self-expression, right? I mean, depending on what mood I'm in, my keyboard's either red or it's a rainbow. You know? I mean, like, am I happy or am I pissed? You know, I mean, it's kind of cool. And
We can all start doing that with our magic wands.
well, we can start doing it with our.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, Ryan's like lighting his little candle. Sorry, Ryan, you can still be listening. And then I'm like, it's a red wand right now. You're gonna put in a little more into the ATM, or like make it a blue wand, where it's like just
like,
show me.
Like we keep saying, like even, you know, what do we got? Shamrock Day coming up, right?
Mhm.
You know, you could make it you make profiles of different grains if you wanted to. I mean, it's just awesome that you could think differently now about how you approach your, you know, the toy and how it integrates into more themes. It's kind of fun.
More things. I love it. That's our campaign now. Just more things. Done.
Themes,
But more things too.
things and themes.
We can have it all. So just in the closing up, right? Give you a minute to just tell everybody where is Paradise heading? I mean, Paradise Marketing, Paradise Pleasure Products, like, right? What can people look out for? What can your sales director look forward to in the next 5 years? Like, where are we going?
You know, taking this step into Illumination by Paradise, I think that we are diving into the adult toy industry 2 feet, and we are fully committed. This isn't a side job or a side piece for me. It's, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to do it right.
No one hears a side piece. You just said it. You're
Well,
special.
everything we're going to do is going to be designed in-house, engineered in-house. And, you know, we've got a lot of cool stuff that, you know, some stuff that is going to be coming to being presentable here relatively quickly. You know, by mid-year, we're going to be able to showcase some new products. So we're really excited about that. And it's only getting better. Where we are today and where we're going to be in 6 months to a year, we're going to really take this and really develop it and continue to, you know, listen to our customers and listen to the retailers as well, and continue to build a better product. And with a lot of your guys' input, I love hearing the input that we've had. So by all means, anybody that has input, let us know, like what you want to see, what we can do better. You know, I'm 100% about, you know, making sure our customers are completely satisfied with our product. Completely satisfied. We want that.
I think we should all listen to this Erica person too, because I'm funny. Question. Do you ever want to ask feedback on how to add or re-engineer them, or have any way to send input? Absolutely. We've got feedback at Paradise Pleasure Products. You can always reach out here. I am on the socials and the DMs.
On our Paradise Pleasure website, paradisepleasureproducts.com, we have a feedback button there, and we'd love that.
Yeah, like we don't know what we don't know. So if you have input and you want to be part of it, that's again something I don't think I get to shout enough, and I know we try to when we're in like trainings or trade shows together. I think a big part of, like, maybe you guys are starting to realize, and I'll just say it out loud, is there's no board here when it comes to decision making with Chris. Like, it's him, right? So we just have to convince him that it makes sense. There's not like a, hold on, let me ask the investors. And then this, you know, where there's like, somebody's got another goal and somebody's got another goal in mind. He's the end all be all. It's him, guys. So when I say like, hey, give us our feedback, I don't mean that in a like corporate, I must have all your feedback collected in some sort of database because the FDA is going to come and say hello too, right? Yeah, we need all of that, but like, he's actually going to read it.
We did get some of those though from AVN the day after they tested their toys, and it was enlightening. It was really cool to hear people at that show that used it and came back to us the next day and said, like, best toy ever, or people that were saying how they've never been more excited over a toy. So just those things like just make you feel so good. I mean, it's awesome to hear.
Erica, her request is to make a smaller plug. I think we had talked about that, but I'm just making sure it's on your NVD.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's a great one. That's on the planner, Erica. I don't know when, but it's on the planner. Because I know initially we wanted something very powerful and you needed space for the motor in there. So, voila. Okay, great. I've gone way over time, but I am going to just give you one more moment to wrap up because we've talked about a lot of things and I love it. And thank you for being here in my wheelhouse. If you wanted to leave the retailers watching tonight, just something that they clearly understand about the decisions that we're making right now, what is it that you want to leave them with?
I think I touched on it. That's actually the perfect question for me to make my comment just a second ago, and that is our support for you. We 100% support retail and support your store's success. And we're going to do everything possible to support you from that way, including from a pricing perspective. We put our pricing out there to be reasonable. I'm still learning a lot about this industry and how things are priced, and it's a little bit confusing and daunting. This whole like discount on top of discount to get a discount. I mean, it's too much discounting. And then at some point it's like, how does anybody be able to sell a quality product? Right. I mean, I think that the margins that we're giving are reasonable. The product shouldn't be, discounted because you're not going to see it cheaper on Amazon. You're not going to see it cheaper on our website.
Yeah, make the money where you
want the retailer, they're selling something new and fresh, make the money, and it's reasonable. You're making good margin and the customer is getting something at a reasonable price that I believe is a lot of bang for their buck, right? I mean, they're getting a great value out of that. So we absolutely support you.
We support you. He does.
We support the retailers. We support you retailers out there.
It's important. And I know for some people they might not understand the impact you are understanding. That's why you're here. But the wave, the ripple effect is coming, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of companies out there use Amazon as a dumping ground or their own websites to have that extra margin they can sell directly to the consumer at a lower price. I want to direct sales to stores.
We're kind of going old school, but not old school.
Absolutely.
Old school with AI assistance. I'm just kidding, an app assistant. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming, Chris. I will release you because I know you have other decisions that maybe I need. So I need you to get back to work, obviously. But thank you for entering the chat and, letting my people see the strategy behind the glow up here. Reminders for everybody out there. Show us your lits contest is live. Make sure to tag either Paradise Pleasure Products or El Dorado or Chris or me or Nathan. Tag somebody. We'll get you entered. You're going to get a weekly Starbucks $100 gift card. And your homework, go read the store erotica feature article, but I just smashed it into erotical. Pages 8 through 11. That's the beautifully written stuff by our friend Chris K on the Illumination line. And replays of this are at the YouTube at Tuesdays with Tori Tia. And go find it on the Pleasure Professionals page because it lives there too. So from condoms to color wheels and now cover stories. Thank you again for all talking back. And now that means I'm never stopping. So we have you covered. Haha. Literally. And we also apparently have you illuminated. So I'll see you all next Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Tori.